Well, it is the pop culture event of the year. We are talking about the Dallas Fan Expo, formerly known as Comic-Con. And joining us this morning is a woman who tackles strong characters on the small screen. Welcome to Good Day Saturday, one of my favorite actresses, Amy Acker. Amy, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
I am not going to lie. I am wearing blue heels and a blue dress in honor of one of my favorite characters of yours, Illyria.
Thank you.
She's a blue goddess, for those of you who don't know.
You would fit in at the expo.
I thought about
you should
dressing
go
up
down.
a little. I did. You know, a lot of folks don't know it. You are a Dallas native. You went to Lake Highlands High School. You graduated from SMU.
Yeah.
So the Fan Expo is a little like coming home.
It's really exciting. I am hoping I'm going to run into some familiar faces, or be surprised by who I see under the mask at Comic-Con.
Which you are going to be seeing a lot of masks at Comic-Con. Huge to be here in Dallas. It's one of the best Comic-Cons across the country. So you're basically, for those who aren't familiar with Amy's work, she is Joss Whedon's go-to girl. You have always played some of his strongest female leads, between what you did in Angel, what you're doing. You were Beatrice in Much Ado About Nothing on the big screen. There you are as Illyria with my matching blue dress as an homage to that. So you have played such a wide range of characters. Even on a single show, you've played the kind of shy, timid little girl who lived in a cage to a goddess who had so much power. So tell us a little about how you can kind of get in that mindset to switch between those kind of roles.
Oh gosh, I mean, I think the biggest reason I get to do that is because I get to work with really fantastic writers like Joss Whedon and Jonah Nolan, and they write these characters that are so specific and interesting, and they give you this amazing journey to go through.
And here you are in Person of Interest. No, this is Angel. This is you on Angel with Charisma Carpenter, David Boreanaz, who, by the way, his father was a meteorologist. I'm a little bit of a fangirl here. So there you are playing Winifred Burkle. And of course, Winifred was one of your first really big characters, but now you're this huge phenomenon on Person of Interest. You play Root, who is pretty much the opposite of what you played. There you are as Root. You had the amazing leather jacket, which, by the way, one of our Twitter questions today was, did you get to keep the jacket?
I am so mad I didn't keep the jacket. I really wanted at least one of the awesome leather jackets. I should have stolen it.
So many people were really curious about that fact. Okay, so spoilers ahead. If you have not seen the latest Person of Interest, you'll want to just kind of earmuffs for just a moment. So many people really upset about the fate of Root, not only how it happened, but that it happened so recently. Did you see a different ending for her?
Well, they told me over the summer, right before we went to San Diego Comic-Con, that this was what was going to happen this year. So I had a little bit of time to prepare, and they also said, Root's going to die, but you're going to become a god. And it's hard to get mad at someone when they tell you you're going to become a god. And then I was, like you said, I had already actually become a scientist who became a goddess.
Right.
So I was like, I think I'm probably the only person in the world to have this conversation twice.
This is nothing new for you. Well, you can meet Amy Acker. You can meet tons of other folks who are going to be at the Fan Expo. We're talking Bill Shatner, Takei will be there. I mean, so many great folks are going to be there too. It's now through Sunday at the Dallas Convention Center. You can get tickets online and at the event, and you can of course find more info on fox4news.com. And if you didn't get your full dose of Amy, we are going to be doing a quick lightning interview round of questions that you guys asked on Twitter. We're going to be doing that just in a few minutes. Go to my page, meteorologist Jennifer Myers. We're going to do a live update. Meet me there 1 minute from now. One. You will never guess who I am hanging out with. Amy Acker. So earlier yesterday, we tweeted a bunch of folks and asked on Facebook. I took, of the 100 or so questions, some of my favorites that you guys asked. So I'm going to ask you a few, and then we just want your lightning fast answers, totally candid. Don't curse, but aside from that, we're good to go. And there could be spoilers ahead, so heads up on that one. So the first question, this one came in from Life at Little Firecracker. Root went from antagonist to the heart of the show. Was that planned? And how was that to develop?
I don't think that was planned. And when they first asked me to come on the show, I was only supposed to do 5 episodes, and I was set out to be sort of the villain of the season.
Yeah.
So somehow I talked them into letting me stay for the rest of the show.
And it worked, and everybody was kind of in love with you, and that's basically what Twitter has said in the past 24 hours is, please come back, Amy, we miss you. And we're going to get to that question, I promise, just a second. Okay, next question is from Paul Mahesa, who said, would Root be followed who would Root follow, or who would follow Root if she had a Twitter account?
Ooh.
Good one, right?
Yeah.
Like, who would follow her?
Who would follow her?
Yeah. Or would
I
she
don't know
follow
that
anyone?
would she have a Twitter account? It would be like I don't know that you could follow her, because that's kind of the whole point.
Because she's an assassin.
She's hiding.
Yeah, she's very sneaky. She's part of the machine. Okay, so the next question, this one in from Ragnarok Kundone. I love these Twitter names, by the way. What are some of your most precious moments from filming Person of Interest? And we already answered that about the jackets. Yeah. So, best moment.
There's so many. I think one scene that sticks out the most is the scene when Michael and I got to dance at the wedding and have it was just a sweet, wonderful moment.
I love that these are the moments. I was expecting you to say you slaughtered someone.
Well, that too.
Those are always fun.
Killing all those people.
How do you feel about gaining a huge LGBT following after playing Root? She approached that role. For those of you who don't know, she's plays a lesbian who has a magnificent lover. I mean, it's the romance between you two. My goodness. Oh, hashtag relationship goals. How does it feel being that kind of LGBT, kind of your role model?
I mean, that's such an honor to even hear you say that. But that's been also probably the top part of playing Rude. It's just all
internet. We're trying it again. Our internet here in Fox 4 is spotty at best. So we were talking about your influence on the LGBT community playing Root.
Yeah, I just feel like it's been such a blessing to get to play this role, and especially to do it with Sarah Shahi, who's beautiful and talented and wonderful. And yeah, it's just not hard to fall in love with her, so it's been a pretty easy part to play.
What a great question. Okay, so let's see. We'll ask one more. Can you drive a motorcycle like Root in real life?
Sure. I can stand out of cars and shoot while driving with my heel too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're all totally in that in the TV industry. My last question. This one's from me. So many actors and actresses are able to bring some kind of talent from childhood that they're able to bring in. So someone who could play violin. I know you learned violin for the show. Was there anything that you ever wanted to do that you have yet to kind of show people that personal side?
Well, I keep trying to work in ballet, so I got to be Root as a ballerina. It was my idea to get to strangle someone with point shoes, so I'm glad that they got
That's
to
working it in there. And the last question, I promise, please tell us you're doing something soon so that we can see you on screen, on the TV, anything.
I just finished a movie here in Texas. We just finished shooting a little movie called When Jack Went Glamping. So it's a little different than Root, funny and sweet, and it's great.
We're so excited to see the next movie. Of course, basically rewatching all of Angel because now my life is complete. Amy, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I will post these links online in case you didn't get to see the entire live stream, and we'll squish them together so it's one long video. Thanks again for joining us, Amy. Bye, guys.
Thank you.